approach the putt, I'm going to have you make two adjustments. I'm not going to change your grip, not going to change your putter, not going to change your stance, not going to change any of that. I am going to change what you do with your head post-impact and the shape of your stroke. You probably have heard that one of the things you want to try to not do is decelerate.
Right.
And that's what you do consistently. You decelerate. So we're going to change that. So we never have a deceleration stroke. We have an accelerating stroke. You have what is considered a long, short stroke. And I want you to be short, long. Okay? Denny, on the left is your putting stroke before I made any adjustments. And I'm going to compare it to Tiger Woods, who's considered one of the best putters on tour, if not of all time. Setup looks very good. The width of your stance looks just right. You've got your elbows slightly tucked into your sides. Very good starting setup. This review is going to focus on two fundamentals of putting. Let's watch Tiger putt. As you can see, his follow-through is slightly longer than his backswing. So it's more of a short, long type of stroke. Now let's look at your putting stroke. There's your backswing. And there's your follow-through. So you have kind of the reverse of that. Your backswing is longer than your follow-through. So Tiger's kind of a short, long, has a smooth acceleration through the ball. And you have kind of a long, short. You have a very long backswing. And I mentioned in our session that when your backswing gets too long, it increases the opportunity or increases the chances that your club will decelerate on the way to the ball. You want to avoid deceleration. You always want to have a smooth acceleration through the ball. The second fundamental I wanted to focus on is how we control our eyes and head through the stroke. If you'll notice, Tiger has his eyes still looking downward when his putter comes to a complete stop at the end of the follow-through. And you tended to turn your head and follow the ball with your eyes as it rolled away. So you did not have that feature where you keep your eyes focused on the ground and complete the stroke and have some stillness, hold your posture and hold your spine angle and hold still for a moment or two before you turn and look. Also, when Tiger does turn, he will still keep, Tiger's now looking at the ball roll, but he's holding his finish, holding his spine and holding his posture, and he's not standing up or recoiling the putter back. And you have a tendency not to hold it, but you also do a little bit of a recoil. So those basically are the two fundamentals I wanted to work on. One is to reshape the length of your stroke so that it's shorter backswing and so that you could have a smooth follow through. And the second one was to have a more complete finish to your stroke where you putt the ball, hold your finish for a moment or two before you turn and look. Now on the right, it was your original putting stroke, and I've marked the length of the backswing. Now on the left is your new putting stroke. Much shorter, maybe 6 inches shorter. And then on the follow through, so your backswing was a little bit longer than your follow through. And then your putting stroke on the left, your new putting stroke, much longer. Now in reality, you could actually have a shorter follow through and still be, you could have a follow through that's in that area where the blue line is, and that would still be a short, long putting stroke. Sometimes your follow through gets a little excessive, and you can see how your left arm kind of pulls away from your body. So what I would do is work on the short, long stroke, but keep your left elbow still touching your side the way it started. And don't let it separate. But that's a much better stroke on the left. Also, what's very good is that you had a tendency to want to let your eyes follow the ball as soon as you hit it. And now your new stroke, you're keeping your focus down to the ground. And you're coming to a complete stop and holding that finish. Very good.
First thing we're going to work on your stroke is short, long. So we're going to take it back, which means in order to get the distance that your long short was going, you're going to have a accelerating string. So if I was tossing a ball, it would be here and here. It wouldn't be here and here.
Yeah.
So so you're going to have a soft and then through. So you're going to be short. Maybe. So I want you to hit some putt. Don't even worry about the stick. But put toward the stick. So I want you to take some practice strokes where your putter head only goes just past your foot. So short, long. Good. Good. Much better cluster this time. So you want to feel the putt before you see the putt. Okay, hold it, don't look. Okay, now remember, now go to the second ball and try to copy that. And now I want to ask you a question after the second one. Now, does that feel close to the same? Shorter, a lot shorter, or a lot more?
Slightly shorter.
Take a look. Slightly shorter it was. That's the one on the right was your second one. So that is a good recall of what you compared the two memories, and you decided correctly which one was slightly shorter, and you were right on the money. Okay, same thing. I'm going to ask you to remember, or I'm going to answer the question. Short, long. What do you think?
Longer.
Yes, it was. And do you know why it was?
And it went back further.
Yes, that's exactly right. Did you sense
I
it?
cheated. I cheated.
Sometimes it's helpful for your visual mind to kind of see something. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to go just about in here. Let's go in that direction. So right now, I think the follow through over in a short amount of time will arrive at a natural conclusion on its own. You don't have to constantly try to train that. What you need to train is have a consistent backswing that's shorter than you came today here with. I'm not worried about the follow through so much as controlling that nice backswing. Good. Very good. I love the hold. Nice acceleration. Very smooth acceleration. Not a bad cluster. You don't need much more than a 2 or 3 inch backswing, but a through stroke. It's through the putt. You're not just popping or tapping. Good. It does have a little break, so inside left lip. And take it through to about right here and hold it for me. Good. Good. So you want to have a soft, short backswing, but then swing to a finish. Now it doesn't have to be that long for this putt. It can only be. It needs to be maybe 2 or 3 inches longer than your backswing was. Yeah. Soft and through. Good. Good. Hi, Jen. Very nice. Very nice. One other little comment that I'll do for the video here on your pre-putt routine. Okay? So let me step in there and do this for you. And this is pretty consistent with all the pros. Think in terms of either hands, club, feet, or club, hands, feet. But feet are always last to adjust. Greg Norman's style, although he'll do it with one hand and he'll get the blade lined up, and then he'll slide the other hand on there, then he will get his feet in position. There's some people that go ahead and get their grip and they'll set it down and they're aiming their blade, then they'll get their feet in position. What you don't want to do is feet first. You don't want to come in here and lock your feet down, put the club down, and then adjust your putter. Because that means the line of the whenever you lock your feet down, it establishes some sort of a line here, and you want the blade to consistently be somewhat square to that foot line. And if you set up your feet first and then put the club behind the ball, now it's at the hole. Well, now it's in a different position to this but if you do the club first and get your feet set up to the putter, you'll do that the same every time. You'll do that the same every time.
Which do you do first?
I tend to get my grip first, and I'll set in there with my right hand and get my eyes over the ball so I can kind of aim it, and then I'll shuffle in position.